We have this time period slicer in our Power BI report, which is having presets like last 30 days, last 60 days, last 90 days, and then we also have custom. So if you notice here, we have this date slicer, which is disabled when we have selected last 30 days. It will be disabled when we select last 60 days and 90 days as well. And this chart is also getting filtered correctly. Now, as soon as I click on custom, it will enable this date slicer, and now we can select the custom date range, so we can change the dates from the date slicer itself. In this video, I'm going to show you the easiest and the most effective way of achieving this solution. So in this solution, you don't need to apply filters to every visual on your Power BI report. Let me show you how you can achieve this from scratch. If you see here, we have two tables. One is sales data and other is date table. You must be having a date table in your Power BI report. And if you're not having it, you should have it. So if I go to the model view, you can see we have date table and sales data connected with a relationship on date. First of all, create a new table and let's name this table as time period. Let's create a variable for max date, and this will be max of the date from the date table. Next, let's return, and here we're going to add columns. So this add column is going to create a table. So first we will be creating a table for that last 30 days dates. So I'm going to use a calendar function. This will return this the date range for the last 30 days. So it requires a start date and end date. So for the start date, we'll need this max date minus 30, and the end date will be max date. So as you can see, it will include the last 30 days. And here we'll create a new column in this table, which will be named as period or time period, anything. So period we can say as last 30 days, and let's close the bracket. So this will create a table which will have two columns. One is the date range and one is the constant column having the name last 30 days. So our goal will be to create different such tables and then do the append or union of those tables. Okay, let's add union and then let's add a tab and let's copy this. So add a comma and add another table, comma, another table, comma, another table, as we have four selection. So close the bracket for union. So here we want for last 60 days, and here we'll add 6 as well. Here again in this we'll say last 90 days, add 9 as well. And here this will be custom. So custom will have all the dates. So what we are going to do is the end date will be max date and the start date is going to be minimum of the date from the date table. So it will take the date range, like basically all the dates, and period we can say as custom. Okay, so this is our table, the time period table. And if you want to sort these last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, we can add a sort column as well, sort and 1. So let's copy this and add it well, and let's say 2 here, 3 here, 4. Click on enter. So this is our table. Here we can see the columns and we can click on this period, go to the sort by column and sort it by sort. Next, let's add a slicer and let's add this period here, and let's go to the filter. In the style presets we can list. So this is our list. Let's increase the size to 17 and value as well we can make 17. So this is our slicer. Last 60 days we can select last 30 days, 60 days, nothing is happening because we don't have any relationship between any tables from this time period table. Okay, next, add a slicer, a date slicer from the date table as well. So this is our date table slicer. We can increase the size for this as well, maybe 13. So we have this date slicer as well. We can easily filter the charts because this date table is connected with the sales data on date column. We need to join these two tables as well in order to filter. So what we need to do is, so before adding this relationship, let's disable this slicer when we select last 30 days, 60 days or 90 days. Okay, so select this date slicer, click on filter, and here we have this period, which is this slicer. So this period itself we can add here, filter on this visual, and from this filter type we can select as advanced filter, and we can say show items when the value contains custom, which means if I apply this filter we can see it's not working. So let's go to the model view now and add this date column here and make a relationship between these two tables. So this is the important part. So it automatically shows the cardinality as one to many and the single direction. If you click on save, you can see the filter direction. It is from this date table to this time period. So this date table is going to filter this time period, but we want the exactly opposite. We want this time period to filter this date table and ultimately filter the sales data. We don't want this date table to filter the time period slicer. Why? I will let you know. Because any filter that is going from this table to this table, this disabling thing is not going to work, because that filter propagation, this filter is going to override the filter that we have here. That's why it's not getting disabled. So now what will come to your mind next? Next, you will think that let's make it both direction so that the time period can also filter the date table. So let's try. If we do both and click on save, let's see what happens. If you go to the report view, we can see now the last 30 days is filtering the chart, but it is still not able to disable the slicer. Why? Because this date table is still filtering the time period table. So you should keep this in mind. The time period should filter the date table. So we don't have that option here. So what we are going to do is this cardinality, we can make it as many to many. And in the cross filter direction, now we have this option, this one, the time period filters date table. We're gonna select this and click on save. So now if you see, it has the direction time period filters the date table and filters the CS data. Now if I go to the report view, you can see still it's not working. What is the issue? So there is one more thing left. In order to disable the slicer, we should filter the date slicer from this period slice. And if I go to the format and edit interaction, we can see by default the slicer interaction is disabled. This is again the important step. You will have to make this interaction to filter. Close this, and now if you see, this is disabled. This slicer is not able to filter. If I select this, only one date is there. Even if I click on clear selection, you can see nothing is there. So now if you see, the last 30 days is filtering the last 30 days, 14th May to 13th June. It's having the last 30 days. 60 days is filtering, 90 days. Still the slicer is disabled. If I click on custom, you can see this date slicer is enabled now. And now you can do the custom selection and choose any start and end dates. So there are other solutions on YouTube where you will see that people are filtering each and every visual in the Power BI report, and that is basically tedious and not simple. It can make your report complex, but this solution is very easy and you can easily apply in your Power BI reports. You just need to create this date period table and you are done. And I hope you found this video helpful, and if you like my videos, do not forget to subscribe my channel. Till then, goodbye and thanks for watching. See you in the next video. If you need my help and want to connect one-on-one with me on any Power BI issue, you can book a call on TopMate. I have provided the link in the description. And if you want to buy any Power BI product, you can go to the digital product and buy it from here. See you there.